So the first thing I noticed when we got here, see the gap there? Look at the gap there. It's not even close. Thoughts on how this thing how it got broken, how the leaf spring got broken. And you can see right here what I found when I climbed under here. You can see that the leaf spring just snapped right off. Ouch. Ouch. Dang it.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.
So one thing I always tell Jackie, our little mantra is, it's all about the adventure. So yeah, it's been quite an adventure getting to Huntsville, Alabama. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm Ross, this is Jackie. We live full-time in our Brinkley G3500, and we like to share things that happen, the good and the bad. We're completely transparent when it comes to our Brinkley, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
yeah.
A lot more than I like.
Hey, we have to keep it real, So let's get into how we ended up broken in Huntsville, Alabama. So the first thing I noticed when we got here, see the gap there? Look at the gap there. It's not even close. And you can see right here what I found when I climbed under here. You can see that the leaf spring just snapped right off. Yep. I think that sumo spring is what saved our butts though. Everything else looks good. Tires have a little bit of a lip to them. They do a little bit of uneven wear, but I think they'll even back out once we get it fixed. Yeah, this is the part that sucks the worst though, but I have a plan to cover that. And then this thing got destroyed, or I ordered a new one. And that is from the RV crabbing. It was riding like this. It was crabbing that direction. I noticed that I could see more of the back than I could on that side, on the other side. So it was crabbing, and when we came through the gate, the main gate here, I brushed the side of the wall at the gate. And I felt it, and I told Jackie, dang, I think I just hit something. But I knew I was centered in the gate, but that axle is what threw me off. Look at the gap on this side. Yeah, huge gap right here. You can see that thing is stretched out. And then the normal gap right there. Getting this leaf spring that I just showed you that's broken, we tried to reach out. I reached out to local area RV dealers. I didn't know how to get this leaf spring. I didn't know if it was going to be covered under warranty. So I reached out to Dexter. They said the part was not available anywhere in their system under that part number, that it's a 4K spring pack, but it wasn't available. But when I finally reached out to Brinkley, they checked the parts room and they said that they had them in the parts room and they next dated. So, you know, we hate for our RV to be an RV prison. I'm sure Jackie can talk more about that, but we're going to head up to the dealer right now and we're going to see if they have all the parts that they need before we drop it off, because that's important that we have the shortest time period.
We live full-time in our RV, and we've heard a lot of horror stories about people taking their RVs to a dealer for work, may it be warranty work or not warranty work, and it ends up in RV prison, which means it's in there for a longer term than it ever should have been at any point, because most of these jobs are worked out by the hour, especially if it's warranty work. They get paid a limited amount of money by the company that provides the tools or the warranty work, and then that's when they're supposed to have it done. But anyway,
the other thing is sometimes you'll drop your RV off, they'll identify a problem, then they'll order parts, and then it sits there while they wait for the parts to come in. So that, to me, that's ridiculous. Like, you identify the problem, I'll take it with me, and then when you get the stuff and you're ready, I'll pull it into the bay. So
that's what we're doing now. We contacted Brinkley. They drop shipped the parts that we needed for this leaf spring to be replaced. So we're just going up to the dealership to make sure they have the right parts and everything they need to do our work, and we're gonna drop it off.
Hopefully just a one-night stay in prison.
Supposed to be a one-day turnaround, not overnight.
Yeah, I hope.
We'll see. Because nobody likes RV prison, especially us that live full-time in it.
Bankston Motorhomes. They were kind enough to get us in to schedule us after talking with Brinkley. Let's go in here and see if they have those parts. How's it going? Hey, we supposed to drop off that Brinkley for the leaf spring repair on Wednesday. They said they were gonna next day the parts, and the parts showed to have arrived. I just want to make sure. Huh?
Who have you been talking to?
Well, Alex and parts, and then I can't remember the gentleman
I
who
want
helped
to
us
say
here.
his name was Tim
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
What was your last name?
Doblbauer.
And they first name Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jacqueline.
Yep.
Gotcha.
There he is.
That looks like Tim.
Hey. I just wanted to see if the parts came in and if you got what you needed.
I have not seen him yet.
They came in Saturday is what the delivery
They
said.
they delivered them Saturday?
Yeah. Three packages.
We got the tracking number, so they
Yeah.
were delivered.
Let me run back there and find out.
All right. Well, they have all our parts. They said everything's here, and there's a recall box, which we know is probably the solar recall. They were talking some nonsense about the fridge or something
That's for
the other
Z's.
day. That's Z's only. So, good news. They have the parts, so we just got to limp that bad boy up here on Wednesday and get it fixed. We got the whole family. We're on the way. Dropping this thing off. I had an observation, though, I wanted to share. Even though it's crabbing, and those back tires are getting some wear, the tire temperatures are not that different. That's one thing I was worried about. I kept looking at on the highway. I was like, if there was a problem, I think that there would be there'd be like a tire temperature difference or pressure difference, but there's not. You can see as you go through them. That back one is maybe 8 pounds. So don't rely on that. Let's see if you can see the crabbing though. If you look straight down the side, I can't see the rear end of the RV in this mirror. I can't see it at all. Now look at it on Jackie's side. Now hold it right here. Look down the side there, you can see the whole side of the RV.
It's not in all the way?
Yeah, it is. It's closed.
Okay.
Well, we made it. Having to leave our baby here. This is only the second time we've had to leave it at a dealership. They didn't give us much room. So we will keep you guys posted. You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
We went to pick up the RV, and I will say this: they were nice enough to get us in, and they were nice enough to figure us in, but they did the bare minimum that they had to do to get us back on the road. They weren't real keen on filming, but you can see here I had to snap this picture before we drove off of the parts that they fixed, and I probably wouldn't take it back there again. Trunk bumps. You can see straight down the side of the RV now, instead of seeing nothing. What you doing on your side? You can see straight. So the reason we thought it'd be good to tell you all about that, where it was crabbing, is in case you're going down the highway, because I knew something just didn't look right, but I was blowing it off thinking maybe it's just the way I'm looking at it in the mirrors or whatever, but definitely pay attention to that. All right, let's see what they fixed. So, got everything replaced, brand new leaf spring. They did replace some wet bolts there, and shackle and wet bolts up in the front. That's really all the work they did. They did give us a couple of extra wet bolts that were in the kit, so I'm happy to have those, keep those on hand. The tires aren't worse for wear, me see. The tires aren't worse for wear at all. Everything looks pretty good comparative to the other tires, so I think we're in good shape. I just gotta fix the damage that the gate here at Redstone Arsenal did, so we'll do that next. And if you ever need a part, these axle sets right here they come complete from Brinkley. Those are the serial numbers on them right there. I had to climb under and get them for Dexter. So I absolutely hate the way this looks, and I have a plan for fixing some of it. Part of it involves this, so let's get this done. Now, one thing I'm going to do is retain this key, and so that it's keyed the same as the other side and not keyed differently. So here's the original key. Boom, on the new door. There it is. There's the old scratched up one. This looks like you got to keep that inner box lined up whenever I put it back together. That box that has the cord in it. They just cut it out. Too easy. Getting these back in the right holes is a little bit tricky, but I think I have it lined up now. Yep, it's good to go now. There it is. Good as new. Cool. Much nicer than that torn up one. So my plan for this little area right here is some of these reflective stickers, and I'm going to put them around that corner, and then I'm just going to get a little touch-up paint for down here, and then really the only damage that'll be visible is that gouge on the side. Just gonna put it about right there, and then just wrap it around, and then I'll cut out those two screw heads. So it's not perfect, but you can't see that scratch anymore on that corner, so I'll do the other side exactly the same, and it'll add some more reflector to the back and cover up that little boo-boo. That side. And that side. Not too bad. On the back, just some extra reflective. Looks pretty good. Now I just have to get a little paint. Touch up that rivet head right there. And then nothing I can do about that really. Maybe a black marker or something. But that's my fix for the day. Some final thoughts on how this thing how it got broken, how the leaf spring got broken. We think it was like a bad bridge transition on the highway somewhere between Chattanooga, Tennessee and Huntsville, Alabama. And like I said earlier in the video, trust your instinct. If you feel like something's wrong, something's probably wrong. We got everything fixed that we needed to move on. I did have another concern. We said earlier that they had a box that had the solar recall in it, but what happened to that box?
They lost it by Wednesday. They got it Saturday.
Yeah.
And misplaced it by Wednesday.
I had tracking from Nate. Sent me a tech shot of the tracking when it was delivered, all of it delivered inside Bankston, and they completely lost it. So our recall has still not been done. If you were hoping to see that, we're hoping to get it later on. On a happier note, if you watch our channel all the time, you know that we lost our 16-year-old Chihuahua back in May when we were in Colorado, and we wanted to introduce, because we haven't introduced him yet, our newest member of the Chasing 70 Degrees family. And it's this little guy right here, Mamba.
Mamba.
He's a he's some kind of mix. We got him at the pound in Amarillo. He's been a wonderful dog. He's a little over a year old. I call him our $25 dog because that's how much he was to adopt. So we're
He's priceless.
yeah,
for me.
yeah. We're excited to have him. He's been great for us, and be looking for him in other videos. And that's the end of this one. And from here, we're headed to
Talona Ridge.
for the Brinkley like rally reunion, whatever they want to call it. I'm super excited. So
It's our first one.
yeah, our first one. So be looking for that, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye, y'all.